Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to know how I know that William Barr is infinitely better than Jeff Sessions? Look at these headlines. Just hours back, CNN. Justice argues House lawmakers should not gain access to Mueller probe grand jury materials. Washington Post. Justice Department opposes House request for Mueller materials. Fox News. Department of Justice opposes House panel's request for more Mueller probe materials. Why are they asking for grand jury information? The grand jury information was off limits to begin with. The grand jury information had, Mueller didn't even know who Glenn Simpson was. Mueller didn't even know who Fusion GPS was. Do you realize, ladies and gentlemen, that Democrats do not care, nor do they know, nor do they want you to know or anyone else to know who Fusion GPS and Glenn Simpson were? This entire absurd, ridiculous narrative, fiasco, fantasy was started by two things linked to Clinton. One was a Steele dossier that she purchased through a law firm. So the way Hillary works is that she's not going to say, hey, I'm going to buy that dossier. She's going to funnel campaign money, which is a campaign finance violation. That was already brought to the FEC when it was actually in existence. She funneled money through a law firm to get dirt on Trump from a foreign MI6 agent, a foreign national, Christopher Steele, with help. If you look, it's one Russian intelligence officer and Russian government officials. And they were bragging about this. They were so happy and giddy, and they were so certain that this could be, it was raw intelligence, it wasn't absolute intelligence. This led Adam Schiff to say we have something similar to direct evidence, but not really. Kind of, sort of. You just wait, we'll see. 2 years of a Mueller probe. The evidence was not sufficient to charge anyone for campaign finance violations, for election interference. This is literally in the Mueller probe, the Mueller report. They couldn't find anything. They found absolutely nothing because the investigation was fabricated. The notion that he would work with Russia to buy Facebook ads that nobody saw, or to hack the DNC to inform the country that Bernie Sanders was cheated, in addition to not knowing who Glenn Simpson and Fusion GPS are, they promote two stories at once, two contradictory stories. One is that Clinton won the Democratic Party fair and square. Two is that Russia hacked the DNC to inform the country that Bernie Sanders was cheated. That's why those emails were embarrassing, thus causing Debbie Wasserman Schultz to resign in disgrace. Well, which one is it? Why were the DNC emails so important if she just won fair and square? Obviously, they're not important. And when Bill Clinton, of all people, says, you should really fear election interference because, look, they were messing with our democracy. No, the Democrats cheated, then lost, then blamed another country for being cheated themselves. This is after, mind you, they were mocking and denigrating Trump, and this is after President Obama spent, I think, 20 minutes. This is on CNN, 20 minutes, where he's basically saying it's impossible to rig a presidential election, and candidate Trump, the Republican nominee, must accept the election, results, and if he doesn't, he's a horrible human being. And he also said all the experts say that it's impossible to swing an election because it's decentralized, whatever, 50 states, whatever. And then they have a Mueller, a special counsel, based on the memos of James Comey, who not only was insubordinate and broke rules, regulations, protocol, left and right, he is actually willing to testify. He told Jake Tapper, hey, I'll testify against McCabe. That's what friends are for. It's like these people are just like the worst types of human beings. You have James Comey, who's willing to testify against Andrew McCabe because James Comey said, I didn't tell McCabe to leak information. I didn't say he could leak information to the Wall Street Journal regarding a Clinton Foundation probe. Oh, because money was being transferred constantly. Well, don't worry, she has the Onward Together Foundation. People, she's running. I don't care if she skips Iowa and New Hampshire. She's going to run from now until Super Tuesday, because Super Tuesday has California. Why do you think they put California? Why do you think they put California and Texas? California was at the end. They messed up big time because they didn't realize that Bernie Sanders, at that moment in time, before he became a human doormat, if you fight with me, if you cheat me, you know what I'm going to do to you? I'm going to embrace you with love and respect and say, thank you, ma'am, may I have another? Thank you for cheating me, and together we will fight the 1% as you dig your high heels in my cranium. I was saying that Bernie Sanders, when I was saying that he was going to win the Democratic primary, I did not know he was being cheated. I did not know that Debbie Wasserman Schultz was going to resign. But I said that he was going to win when he was at 4% in the polls. My first article on Bernie Sanders went to and I'm not joking, it was 800,000 Facebook likes, something like that. It was my articles went viral. Okay, the Washington Post, the Daily Beast wrote a hit piece on me. The Washington Post tried to reach out to me. Others tried to reach out to me. I didn't talk to anyone because I knew that they were going to write hit pieces. And the Daily Beast, the guy didn't even talk to me, but he wrote a hit piece anyway. Because at that moment in time, I was a tiny little nuisance to them. But it was an unethical Daily Beast hit piece. But notice, by the way, not that it's just interesting. Notice how all the wonderful Bernie supporters of today, they never got, why is it that Raw Story or the Daily Beast or others, why is it that they never got hit pieces on them? Gee, I wonder why. Anyway, I was saying that 4%, I said this guy is going to reach Clinton in the polls. He did. In a couple of polls, he went from 3 or 4%, and then he tied Clinton, the Golden Moo-Moo, who's running again. Yeah, she's running again. But why am I? William Barr is preventing the grand jury information. The grand jury was given information it's all linked to Clinton. So, yet again, if they actually got the grand jury information, there would be no evidence. They're running under the assumption that, so William Barr is preventing Democrats from getting grand jury information. What's the evidence? The evidence is a Steele dossier that's completely and utterly debunked. Nothing, absolutely nothing in the Steele dossier if you read it. It's written if an 8th grader this is an insult to say, a middle school student would write a better report than this. The Steele dossier is Putin was so frightened of Hillary. It's despised Hillary. And the Russians have been cultivating, an intelligence office, been cultivating Trump for a long time. And then he went in the Moscow hotel room, and Carter Page and Flynn and Manafort and Papadopoulos. Oh my goodness, they were working in conjunction with the Russian intelligence officials, and it's complete nonsense. Nothing is accurate. Absolutely nothing was accurate. I think it says something like there's a Moscow, there's a Russian embassy in Miami. There's no Russian embassy in Miami. And so, what do they want to achieve from this? Mueller, okay, here's also another. The DOJ can indict a president. Notice how they fall back on, well, this is a regulation. It's, what can we do? It's a regulation from the Bush and Clinton eras. We can't do anything. Number one, why did you even have a special counsel? To begin with. Number two, James Comey broke regulations, was insubordinate, and just consistently broke protocol. There are a lot of things within the FBI conduct, within the FBI manual, or government conduct codes that he broke left and right, as did others. McCabe broke laws as well. But these are what James Comey was dancing in the street over was, I didn't leak classified material. I just happened to be insubordinate and break protocol and break rules and regulations. The Justice Department memo is just a internal guideline. It's more of a suggestion than a law. So, yeah, a sitting president can be indicted if he actually committed a crime. They can make an exception if they found evidence that he committed a crime. If Trump worked with Russia, even I would want him indicted. If he worked with Russia to hack the DNC, which, by the way, we have no evidence of because the ODNI and DHS reports come with warranty disclaimers that state we're highly confident, we're not certain, and CrowdStrike is the only entity to look at DNC servers, and CrowdStrike was outsourced by Democrats, and all the usual suspects on the left of publications say, well, Trump and his ridiculous nonsense. Doesn't he know that CrowdStrike gave the FBI pristine copies? How are we supposed to know this? When Mueller indicted the Russian intelligence officers, he used Company 1. Read the indictment. Company 1 is CrowdStrike. But if President Trump actually worked with Russian intelligence officials, then under the statute 18371, U.S. Code 371 that I talk about, that actually applies to, that Comey, Strzok, McCabe, Clapper, and all of them should be indicted under, that I write in the Federalist, they would have charged him with that. That's what they were looking at. That's the legal statute they were looking at. That's why when I wrote that article in the Federalist, and that's below in the description section, the research was looking at what they were going to think of charging Trump under. CNN was trumpeting that. No pun intended. CNN was bragging and boasting, oh, well, this is the statute. Again, they always try to demean Trump. It goes right back to them. They can't get the guy. They can't get him on anything because they fabricate everything and they're filled with malice. So, of course, he didn't. I was saying that he didn't from the very beginning. That the notion is absurd. It's an absurd notion. And there's no evidence and there was never any evidence. The evidence is all linked to Clinton. The Golden Muumuu literally purchased her own fantasy. And everyone's like, this is, oh my God, Cloak and Dagger. The Russians, they're out to get us. They're out to get us again. We fought a Cold War. And now they purchased Facebook ads. Not one vote was altered in swing states. This is what the NSA stated. That's the only thing they state with certainty. There was not one vote altered. Now, when you say that Bernie was cheated, Democrats come back with, well, not one vote was altered, right? Every single pundit, except me, Sticks, X, and Hammer, maybe a couple other people, we said that Clinton would lose. Every major polling expert, everyone on Twitter that day was saying, oh, well, she's going to win. It's a 99% chance, 98% chance, 95% chance. She's going to win swing states. She has the Electoral College lead. They were talking about the Electoral College. Then, to save face, the roof caved in. Sessions was like, I didn't talk to Sergei Kislyak. I swear I didn't. Okay, fine. Hot Rod, you know what to do. Go get him, Hot Rod. And then everything, the roof caved in. And then Comey was like, I wrote these memos and I was queasy. And then they're like, these memos, he wrote memos. They are accurate. They must be accurate. You know what? Let's start a special counsel based on the rantings and ravings of a disgruntled, fired government employee. He's telling the truth. Meanwhile, the guy under oath was like, we waited until Clinton was interviewed before we wrote the letter saying it was unintentional what she did intentionally for 4 years to transfer top secret intelligence on servers outside of the government. And we're led to believe that Clinton is not going to run. Who do they have? First of all, Democrats they don't want Biden in the race anymore, and you know what? They don't want him in the election anymore. He's done. They said no. They said no to Biden. They don't want him there anymore. Warren and Bernie are the same person. They're the same person. Oh, by the way, thank you, Elizabeth Warren, for backing Bernie Sanders when he needed you in 2016. Oh, that's right, you didn't. They're the same person. So, and none of them will raise not even a cent against Trump. I mean, if you can combine Biden and Warren, if you combine Biden, Warren, and Bernie, you'll get if you combine the top two. Now it's not even, or it's around what Hillary raised on her own in one quarter last year. But they're not going to be. You're not going to get, corporations and wealthy donors, and they're not going to be like, oh, we can't wait for Medicare for all. We can't wait for the Green New Deal. We can't wait to completely and utterly tank the economy. Because they're not. It's not like, if it's feasible, it's one thing. When I was on the left, I was like, oh, I don't need to think of these things. I was like, you're stuck in this mindset that everything has to be. If it's moral, then it's justified and it's feasible economically. But the Mercatus study said you'd have to double to triple tax collections, and even then, you wouldn't be assured of Medicare for all, and you wouldn't be assured of the quality of healthcare people get now. That's what people miss. But anyway, they didn't read. There's also another study. Whatever. It's not just that. It's also you do away with air travel. You make air travel obsolete, so you can take a nice tram to the UK or to Hawaii. Fantastic. Now, what could go wrong? Oh, look, there's a great white shark, and I'm in a tsunami. Fantastic. Thanks, AOC. You're the best. Anything for the planet. And meanwhile, and I don't blame them at all, China emits more CO2 than the U.S. and the EU combined. But don't tell, Medicare for all, man, yeah. Who are you voting for, Clinton? Oh, okay. There's no grand jury information. It's all a bunch of nonsense, and William Barr is preventing it. But listen, I am the biggest Hillary Clinton supporter They used to call me the Huffington Post called me the biggest. The Huffington Post called me the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet. The Washington Post called me the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters. I am now the biggest Hillary Clinton 2020 booster on the internet and on YouTube. Tell everyone that. Because when she runs again, everyone who disparaged me when I was on the left, every single pundit who disparaged me, they're going to vote for Clinton. And then some in a cowardly way will be like, "We'll vote for Clinton in swing states." I don't know who they're going to say they're going to vote for as like the rebellious candidate. But who is it, like? There's not going to be a Jill Stein, or I don't know who. I haven't kept in touch with the Green, or followed up with the Green parties. I don't know what they're doing. Will it be Jill Stein again? I don't know. But they're going to all fall in line, and I will not allow them to say anything disparaging about the Golden Muumuu. They better not. And I'm serious about this. She'll lose to Trump. I'm voting for Trump in 2020, but I'm the biggest, and she'll run in 2024, and I'll be the biggest backer in 2024, 2028, 2032, 2036, it's not going to, the beginning, the first Star Trek, one of the first Star Treks was like the guy, not William Shatner, it's just him on a box, his head on a box. It's going to be like 100 years from now. She'll win the election, one of these elections. It just won't be 2020. Or she'll never win the election, but she'll keep running. But anyway, I want Clinton to not only run. First of all, she's going to win the nomination easily because there is no Democratic Party, and the only thing more absurd than Trump working with Russia is Biden, Warren, or Bernie winning. That is ludicrous. When Clinton runs, I will make sure that nobody disparages her on the left. because check this out. I got so much heat for when I was like, the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, which I'm now the biggest Hillary Clinton booster on the internet, on YouTube. I got so much heat, and I was on the left, and I was like, but she can't win. Quiet. Heretic. Blasphemer. Well, we're excommunicating you. You're a horrible human being. A horrible, horrible human being. H.A. Goodman. Can't stand him. But you can't win the swing states. I just want to let everybody quiet. And they tried to silence me, and it didn't work because I didn't, if a person is judged by their political adversaries, there's nothing much to say about me because the people who didn't like me are the biggest imbeciles and fools on the planet. And they're going to vote for Clinton again. Yes. Please. It's going to be the best. I can't wait. At first, you'll get like, oh my God, really? She's running again? And then I'm going to be like, you better not say anything. You better enjoy it. Oh, no. No. You don't get to say anything negative about. You better not. I'll be like the, what was it? The People Against Goodness and Normality. What was it? No, Puma. Yeah. There's people who were actually quite racist in 2008 who were like, we're not voting for President Obama. We'd rather vote for McCain. These are the wonderful Democrats who pontificate now. And then I'll be like, I'll be like the Trump supporting Correct the Record. Just let everybody know. Everybody on the left. When she runs, you better not say anything bad about Clinton. No. No. You're going to vote for her, and you're going to lose again, and Democrats are going to implode. They're going to blame Martians, extraterrestrials, dinosaurs, Loch Ness Monster, Marianne Williamson's Love Goblins, whatever. And it's going to be pretty awesome. It'd be fantastic. She'll raise $2 billion, $2.5 billion probably, around there. She'll lose it all. It'll be a repeat of 2016. It'll be fantastic. Everybody should want this. I don't know why people are like, no, she's not running. How do you know? Why would you assume that? Because she's not running. Why? Because you said so? What? Clinton not running would be, and actually would be a really dumb political decision from a person who there's not a waking moment in the past 30 years, not a millisecond where there wasn't a strategic move. Why would you not run when in a second you would get $2 billion and you would easily obliterate the hilarious train wreck? The Democrats make the Titanic look like a fantastic, like the Love Boat. Are you kidding? The current Democratic field is it's like a horror show. Clinton looks great. Are you kidding? She looks fantastic compared to that. The Golden Muumuu is looking real good. Yeah. Compared to what's happening with, pretty soon, the former vice president's it's like the scene from an alien's gonna pop out of his stomach, and hello my neighbor, hello my baby, hello my darling, and it's gonna be a top hat and a cane, I don't know, and it's gonna across the stage, the alien's gonna just, and it'll be nasty, and they'll have to sweep the stage, and oh, that's fine, and then people will be like, that's fine, he does well against Trump. And they'll sweep it aside. They'll be like, it does well against Trump. What can we do? Oh. And to the, speaking of imbeciles, not that anybody at the Clinton campaign would ever listen to me, of all people, horrible person I am. Crazy nut. Why don't you, sooner than later, just announce? The charade is over. Just announce. I'm actually helping you out, even though you're going to lose in 2020, which will be fantastic. Announce sooner than later. Okay? It's not going to work out. You'll run again 2024. We'll go through this all. And then 2028, we'll do this over and over again. It's no problem. But why don't you run? Why don't you announce sooner than later? Because now is a good time. You're already getting, how many more hit pieces do you want on Biden? How many? Get people at the New York Times and the Washington Post to start writing, we need Hillary. Yeah, I said it. We need Hillary. And then you're going to, start, getting that into the media. What are you waiting for? My God. Because you don't want to enter after Iowa, which you could, because then they would accuse Clinton of cheating. You don't want to do that. You already cheated Bernie Sanders. Are you going to cheat again overtly? No. Come on. I think that Clinton, they would be smart to have, there's a fourth debate in October. When's the fourth debate? And it'll be like a dictator. When you see those, they're afraid to sit down. They're applauding. They don't want to be the first person to sit down. It'll be like that. Everybody on the stage will be like, Hillary, I just want to tell you how much I respect you. I love you. And then, it'll be fantastic. The Democrats and media are going to descend into madness. And I'll be their biggest cheerleader. Obviously, I'm voting for Trump 2020, but hold on one second. October, debate, DNC. Oh, yes. Oh, nice. Fourth round of primary debates take place October 15th. Like I said, not that these imbeciles and buffoons would ever listen to me, but if the Clinton campaign, one of them, with any intelligence, is actually watching a channel that could help them, because, I'm the biggest Hillary Clinton supporter on YouTube. Have the Golden Muumuu enter the fourth debate. Everyone will worship her. It'll be fantastic. It'll be fantastic. Why? Why not? And she'll be like, no, Medicare for all. I was the first person to do something just like this. And they'll be like, yeah, she was. She was the first person to do something like this, yeah. And then they'll be like, Trump is a racist ogre. And they'll be like, Clinton was never like that, even though she was much worse than that, much worse than in both rhetoric and in behavior and deed and in laws and everything. It'll be great. It'll be like the Amnesia of Democrats Part 2. This time they'll descend into utter chaos and madness, but they won't know it because they'll be like, we have to defeat Trump. We have to defeat Trump. And they'll be like, defeat Trump, defeat Trump, defeat. And the rest of humanity will be like, look. It'll be fantastic, but do so in all seriousness. Have Clinton go on the debate stage in October, because then she can just wrap up the nomination there, and she will obviously become nominee and lose again in 2020, but there's always 2024, and we'll do the same thing over again. Okay, then there's 2028. We'll just continue. You hear the expression, 3 times the charm. It'll be 20 times the charm. No, but seriously, she should debate at least just once, and it'll be like, look, you know what? I'm actually, doing what the lowly peons do. I'm on the debate stage, fine, yada yada, whatever. And and they won't dare. They wouldn't dare say anything negative. Are you kidding? The applause would last at least 2 minutes. They would applaud on stage. I can't wait for Bernie to applaud. I'm waiting for Bernie to applaud. You look fantastic. That muumuu, that's your color. It's amazing. Green is your color, especially when you consider that the Uranium One executives gave you the green. Oh, I didn't want to bring that up. Just joking. I love you. I would never actually say that because that would require me to have a spine. Why would I do that? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for listening to this. William Barr is doing a great job. He's preventing them from looking at the Steele dossier because that's the only evidence they were given. And essentially, which, by the way, the interesting thing is that they keep James Comey and they are like, well, news reports said this and news reports said that. The grand jury information is almost certainly all news reports from corrupt imbeciles who work for these left-wing publications that are basically conduits of corrupt FBI officials. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel. And what was I going to tell you? Yeah. No, I mean, she goes in the fourth debate. Think about it. You wrapped up the nomination there. Why wait until after the fourth debate? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. You could win the nomination right before Super Tuesday, but then you would get, she cheated again. You don't want that. You want them to fall in line good, Democrats need to fall in line. Then they will. They will. Just think of the 2-minute applause. And you Amy Klobuchar and Love you, Hillary. I love you. And they're all gonna, and then it would just be like, and then, oh my God, the New York Times, she was sparkling and radiating, so different from the monster in the White House, the monster. It'll be great. And then can you imagine the tweets from Trump? He'll be the best. Please. Come on. And she'll lose again in 2020, but for realistically, she's got a chance in 2024. So, I mean, think of it that way. 2028 too. Also, give me your thoughts below. Thank you so very, very much. Check out AJ Goodman's other channel, and I started a sports channel. It's below in the pinned comment. I'm waiting until it gets to a couple thousand, then we'll start doing segments. If you want to support my voice long term, the biggest Hillary Clinton supporter on YouTube, who's voting for Trump 2020. My Patreon link is below. Thank you so very, very much.